Joining me now is Laila of Laila's Cheesecakes in Burlington, and she has quite the incredible story of how she's pivoted and changed through COVID. Thank you for joining me today, Laila.
Thank you for having me.
So, Laila, this started off as a home-based business, as a mom, and you were, in your house preparing cheesecakes, and then COVID hits and you're like, hey, I should open a business. So tell us a little bit how that came together.
Yeah, it sounds crazy, right? When COVID hit the first time around, I decided to completely stop operating. And then I started noticing on Facebook there was a lot of food groups happening, and that's a very community-oriented group there. And somehow word got out about me, and I thought, you know what, if I can bring a little bit of joy, let's, continue this. So we started renting a commercial kitchen and producing cheesecake, and the demand got so incredibly high that I thought, hey, why don't we try opening a retail store in Burlington? And January 10th of 2021 came around, and I opened that retail store, and the response was mind-blowing. I did not expect that at all. I definitely wasn't prepared for that. And it was all curbside, a lot of curbside. We were following all the rules. And since then, we've just continued to grow, and it's been such a beautiful experience. But being part of a community that is so supportive, I'd say, contributed immensely to the success that we've seen.
Laila, I have stood in the line outside of Laila's Cheesecakes in Burlington, and so I have personally tried many of your flavors, and if you haven't been there yet, I strongly suggest that you pop by and check out Laila's Cheesecakes. Lots of options, and not only that, but the community spirit that you mentioned through the support, you also give back to your community, and to me, that's what a business with purpose is all about. So can you tell us a bit of the partnerships that you have here locally?
So in the first year when we really started to see an increase in our business, I thought the better way to give back especially during COVID was to do a program called Kindness Random Acts of Cheesecake. And what we did was we'd have people locally, whether it was an organization or people that they felt have contributed so positively to the people around them and the community, they would send us their stories, and we would, select. At first, I was like, let's do 1 or 2. It ended up being 5 to 10, and we'd give back and give them cheesecake. And so we would try to bring joy in that regard. And one of the communities that we did that with was the Compassion Society. And we gave, they do so much for the community, which really felt really good to give back in that way to a community who supports us so much as well. We do a lot of fundraisers with local charities, and we also do a lot of participation with schools in the area to help fundraise as well.
I think it's so wonderful to hear about businesses that are continuing to give back even as they navigate through a pandemic themselves. It truly takes a community and a community of support to make those things happen. I'd love to talk to you about what your vision for 2022 is and where you hope Laila's Cheesecake will go in the future.
For 2022, there has already been so many changes happening. We're definitely looking at increasing our production in some way so that we can, I'm so sorry, so that we can, So I'm so sorry about that. So that we can meet the demand of the community who has come out so many times, and often we've been sold out. So we're looking to increase our production. We are also looking to open a second location. So that's really exciting for us. And just continuing by bringing out new flavors, new cheesecake ideas, things that people are really excited, to try. But yeah, we have a lot of things going on, and growth is continuing, and it feels like such a short period of time, but it's exciting.
I think as a business owner myself as well, and as we listen to all of the stories of all of the other restaurants and sort of everything they've been through, you have such a positive outlook and such optimism, and everybody we've spoken with today has that same sort of excitement for what's to come. And they've all based that on community, and their community in their store, the restaurant community that supported them, the community within where their restaurants are located. So in closing, Laila, what does community mean to you?
Oh boy. So community is one that, supports and helps each other, whether that's coming out to support them by purchasing their products, but also collaborating with local businesses in the area. And I can say for sure, anyone in Burlington knows where I am. I'm in a plaza with a plethora of other businesses. And I'd say every single business in that plaza has had some sort of hand in the success. They've been supportive, they've contributed in such an immense way. And so coming together, especially during trying times, is what makes a community.
Thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you for all you do, and of course those yummy cheesecake flavors as well.
Thank you.
Best wishes for 2022.
Thank you so much. Thank you.